Hello, disc golf fans. Welcome to OTB TV and our coverage of the Santa Cruz Masters Cup from Delaveaga Disc Golf Course in Santa Cruz, California. I'm Greggy Biscuits.
And I'm Ella Hansen.
Very excited to have Ella here in the booth with me, thanks to the power of the internet. Ella, what did you think about playing it here at Delaveaga?
Oh, it's a fun course. It's very challenging. Some people called it janky, but I think that it's fun to play kind of a variety of courses and legendary ones and, attack each hole and try to get a good score on each one.
We're going off to hole one. It is a par 3, 345 feet uphill, played as the seventh most difficult hole on the day.
This is the 218.
Yeah, it's a tough hole, especially with that little tree there, catching a lot of discs, and I think it's a lot of players are playing this for a par.
Yeah, you definitely will be working extra hard for your par if you get hung up on that right side, which is definitely where a lot of these players are attacking. And
That looks like,
Alexis gets caught up in that very tree.
yeah, but lucky to kind of scoot out onto the fairway there, and that should be a pretty easy upshot and shot at a par.
Juliana up next on the tee. Rips the backhand.
I think she's going the strategy that a lot of players were going for, kind of throw a little force over and let the hill on the left side catch it and just be out in the open for your upshot.
Slow it down, play that slight flare, and then be in good position for your upshot. Hailey King up next. Again, testing the height there of the tree, but a little lower than she wanted on the hyzer. She's attacking the pin here, don't you think, Ella?
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of the play. You have to go over that tree to attack it, unless you get a really nice flex backhand.
Again, kind of attacking the center line.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to go straight down.
Unfortunately,
Hailey got caught up in the tree.
Early penalty stroke there. Start off her round.
It does kind of feel like all the trees in California somehow are more grabby than anywhere else with the 2 meter rule.
Well, they've heard about that, so it's gone to their heads a little bit. All right, Alexis working her way to circle one there. Shouldn't be a problem for par. A little more aggressive, again, playing up to those steps. Saw some very interesting rollaways on this green. Again, the hole played is the seventh most difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely a tester one to start, especially with those trees and wanting to kind of get your birdie or a nice par to start, but it can be challenging.
Nice putt there for Hailey. She cards a 4 with the penalty stroke, but good solid putt there to start things off. Alexis, easy one. Making short work of hole one there. Ohn will look to do the same.
Yep, good easy threes to take on hole one. I would take a 3 every time. I mean, I was trying to get a birdie, but 3 is great on this hole.
Would you like to take a guess about how many birdies there were on the day 3?
I think there were 0. Maybe Paige got one.
It's a great guess. The correct answer was 0. All right, we're off here to hole 2. It is 276 feet, par 3. Again, still working our way up the hill here. All right, let's see what Alexis can come up with. Again, taking the right side window. A little bit dangerous. You have to keep the height correct to keep it over that foliage. And I think she scooted up far enough.
Yeah, it looked like she might have edge of circle 2 putt.
Juliana hyzered out a little earlier than Alexis, and so I think she might be at the base of that tree. A little bit of a tricky lie there. Ohn wants to flex around that same tree.
Just a little too inside.
Hailey coming off that bogey. She'll want to try and correct. And it's a big drive. She's advanced.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She's well into circle 2 there. She'll have a decent 2 look.
Yeah, that little crossing tree that we'll see when she's putting is right there. It's kind of gets in your way. I had a putt every day, but with that tree in the way, and it was not very easy to get around.
I guess one of the more heavily wooded holes here with in terms of trees in the actual fairway.
Mm-hmm.
Usually have
Looks
a
like
few more
Juliana's
wider lines.
Upshot kind of got stuck, and just a little forehand. Yeah, that's a good shot there to save the bogey.
Hailey trying to keep it soft, and she does.
Yeah, she's not even going for it there. She's just throwing a nice little gentle forehand upshot.
Again, anytime you're
Wow.
climbing or descending these hills, the greens can be very treacherous.
Mm-hmm. That's a great putt from Ohn.
Awesome putt here.
Yeah, there's a little low ceiling there. You got to keep it. She just looked like she was right under those or just brushing it and canned that putt.
Nice 3 there for Ohn. All right, and we're off to hole 3, which takes us to the top of the hill, 354 feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. It's 350, but I think it plays a little shorter than that, and it also just is a scary hole.
5th easiest hole in the day. Let's see how our card attacks it here. Alexis, still with the box. Pipes one up the middle.
Yeah, I like that kind of flex play because the fairway is a little more wide on that left side, so just a little flex.
She had a nice forward skip there with looked like a fairway driver.
Mm-hmm.
Here we see Ohn asking for it to get up so we can get that positive skip forward, and it does push for good disc there.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. Ooh, a little too turned over for Hailey.
Yeah, once you get out to this more open area, it's almost the size of maybe the middle part of circle 2 surrounding the basket, but she's managed to leak over to that right side. Juliana flexing it back. She'll find herself on the right side as well. Ohn with a long attempt. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
She almost dunked that.
I think it's a little wild that, she and Paige like to do that run-up putt, but it seems to work. I feel like I couldn't really control my body well enough, but,
Yeah, she really has her distance dialed in on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, Juliana. Not as bad a position as Hailey finds herself in, but good bid there. And Hailey's just right. Chain high. Little comebacker.
This is kind of one of the first examples of these really dusty, slidey greens where, you can give it a run and think it's going to be, 5-10 feet, and instead it's 20-25. So that's a nice comebacker from Hailey.
Yeah, definitely a hard pack out here at Delaveaga for the most part. Lots of rocky soil. Unpredictable, yet painfully predictable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See the rest of the card. Tap in there on hole 3.
All right, time for the top of the world.
And this is their most iconic hole here at Santa Cruz. Top of the world. You can see Monterey Bay. Once again, we see Alexis choosing the backhand. Nice flat release.
Yeah, I like this play a lot because, you can trust that it'll keep going and
she's
get
just
up there
outside circle 1. Great throw there.
Exactly.
Very accurate there from Alexis. Probably see something similar for Ohn here. A little wider, swinging it back. Plays a little skip. I think she can use it, I think. Hailey King up next. Oh, she pumps it.
She doesn't like it.
Maybe wants it to slow down.
Whew, yeah.
And it does.
It's really hard to tell once you release. You might think, oh, it's terrible, and then it gets better. But it's really hard to know, you know?
You can't really avoid the wind on this
Yeah.
hole, and air bumps can make things unpredictable. And Juliana Korver has pushed it very straight, and
Wow.
that's basically what will be eventually the fairway of hole 24. No OB there, but she'll have a little bit of a different look. And unfortunately, Ohn
Oh, no.
shaking her head because she was caught up. Another 2-meter rule comes into play early in the round.
That's tough.
You see how far Juliana pushed forward there. Playing back over those short trees. Back to circle 1. Big putt for Alexis. Probably about a 50-footer there.
Oof, great bid from Hailey.
Certainly would have loved to get that too. Chain high. Juliana for her par, and it's just high off the band. And that will be.
This is a hard hole because you can do exactly what she did and end up really far and, you know, feel like at least I didn't go out of bounds. I definitely should get a par, but it can kind of get in your head that way.
A lot of activity down here also in the parking lot. Commotion, if you will.
Yes.
And Hailey checks in there for her par.
Par.
And, well, see Alexis putt out before we climb the next hill here at Delaveaga. Again, it's a little bit different. Typically, this would be your last hole of the day. For y'all, it's the 4th hole.
Yeah, I like this hole as a scoring separator and having it, you know, be scary. But I think it makes sense flow-wise to do what they've done and kind of readjust the holes.
Moving on to traditional hole 1, also known as hole 5 in your scorebooks. All right, there's Alexis leading things off. Right up the middle. And again, right up to that sort of landing area in front of the
That
log.
first kind of step.
If you have the Hailey power, you might be able to push it above, but again, a lot of roots there as you work your disc up the hill.
Mm-hmm. And this one's hard with such a low ceiling late. You can't, even if you have the power to get it up that hill at that distance.
Not to mention these skinny trees.
Yeah.
And Julie can thread the needle there. There you see those steps leading up to the green area.
Nice forehand from Ohn.
Again, got a little bit hung up by that branch, but good angle. Got down. Oh, skip off the log there for Alexis.
Looks like it'll give her still a nice putt.
Hailey trying to throw that maybe a zone in.
Yeah, definitely looked like that.
Just wanted to magnetize itself to the chains, but not quite.
Yeah, this one's a slidey green, but because it's so uphill, you know, you can kind of give it a run as long as it lands flat and doesn't roll anywhere.
It's a nice set of upshots there from the group, setting up some easy pars. Again, not a lot of pars on the day. This one had 0. So as long as you weren't in that bogey group, you were feeling pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Hailey almost got her 2.
Yeah.
Great attempt there.
Any 2s on the day on this one?
No, that was an offer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Hole 6, par 3, dogleg left, 270 feet. It's about 200 feet to the top of the hill when you'll either need to have your backhand hook up or start to flex your forehand. Alexis is still having control of the tee box. Nice job there. Again, skipped up into that landing area.
Yeah, getting around that corner is really important, and she just makes it around.
Hailey kind of coming after me in the catch cam position. Pushes high up the hill, but it's so hard to get the energy right to have your disc turn at the right moment.
Yeah. And Ohn kind of getting funneled to the same spot as Alexis.
Juliana a little inside and maybe a good tree kick to give her more of a look here on her second shot.
Oof.
But again, See these extra grabby trees here at Delaveaga.
Yeah, it's really important to get around that corner on your tee shot, because if you don't, you can see what happens. You get really pinched off, and it's hard to get anywhere.
We saw Ohn working her way up to circle 1. Juliana, a little bit hot, and hopefully that checked up on the backside of that hill.
Yeah, it looked good. Just a little tiny bit of extra power, and that's, the important thing at Delaveaga is the speed control.
Alexis right there to the edge of circle 1 as well. Hailey, trying to read that ground, maybe caught a little extra dust.
Yeah, these are all tester putts. If you miss, you are way down the hill. That's a great putt from Ohn.
What a gutsy putt from Ohn there. That was awesome.
She loves to make those kind of putts.
Very routine there. Smile on her face. Alexis, trying to avoid the big putt situation. Oh, and it's
Gets
just
really
a little low.
lucky that it sits, though.
It could have turned into something much, much worse. Hailey up next. Bang.
Nice, good catch.
She's looked really good from circle 1 so far. Her attempts from circle 2 have been chain high, just a little bit off, so the putter's working early on for King.
And now Juliana, this is a tough putt too, even though you're kind of coming back up the hill, because if you hit cage, you're really likely to roll potentially even further down this hill, and it's kind of a low ceiling as well.
This is for bogey after the 2 early tree hits, and she's in there.
That's a good putt.
That was a must-have there.
Yeah, absolutely. Rough couple of first holes for her, but we know that she can definitely turn it around.
And we are off to hole 7. Played as the 4th easiest hole on the day, 354 feet. Hailey lines up her backhand and catches those first guardian trees there mid-fairway.
That's not too bad of a hit, because she could have gone pretty far left. Looked like it was starting to hyzer out.
Ohn up the middle with her slight hyzer finish. And each player should have enough room to navigate towards the basket. Alexis flexing it back.
That looks pretty good. Yeah, it might be edge of circle 2.
Nice drive there from Alexis. Juliana. Bang.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Right down the middle. Gets the skip.
Sneaking through.
All the way up to circle 1.
You can see how guarded this green is.
Oh, what an attempt from Hailey King off the band.
That is ridiculous.
That was nuts. That had to be from 80 feet.
Ohn trying to get around those trees.
Needing the big hyzer to work. Just too far right. And Alexis answers
great
back.
putt.
What a way to bounce back after that unfortunate bogey. That is a huge putt. Nice putt from Alexis.
And that's kind of a good gap that she found there.
Juliana up next.
Oof, good bid. Looked like a pretty awkward position, that straddle.
Yeah, she had to straddle out just on the edge of circle 1 there. And as you can see, kind of an awkward roll away, but she cleans up her par. Nice putt there from JK.
I'm just taking her time.
Doesn't want to roll an ankle. She was
Nice
parked
little
there
tap
after her
in.
upshot. Ohn checks in for her par. Here comes Hailey. She needs to tap out. Again.
I think they probably were trying to be quiet for the people teeing off on the next hole.
Nice little shot at JK there. Poised and ready to go. Hole 8. Let's go ahead and move on. Heavily guarded pin, 390 feet. Played as the most difficult hole on the day, Ella.
Yeah, this one is really tough.
Alexis retakes the box with the 2. Nice birdie there. And she gets up to those, again, first kind of guardian trees.
Yeah, you just really don't want to
Hailey.
be right on this hole. Nice.
Again, playing more of a central line. Kept it high, but got caught up in those trees. Ohn pushing out to the left side.
Yep, going for more of this hyzer route, trying to get it out towards the open over there and maybe going up the left side of the fairway there.
She'll have to watch her speed as she attacks the green, but she should have a relatively open window on that side. Juliana with a nice drive.
Yeah, having all the drives sort of on the fairway for this group is great.
And again, you want to make your mistake left if you're going to make one. Alexis up into circle 1 there. Should be an easy par. Ohn threads the needle.
Wow.
Gets a little skip, and it comes in just a little past the basket. She'll be probably about a 20, 25 footer from there. JK trying to find a line of her own. Comes up a little short. This is the speed control we're talking about, where the greens are a little unpredictable, but you know the danger is real behind them.
Absolutely.
Wow, no fear on that attempt from Juliana.
Frustration.
Touches the band.
Yeah, I think she's hit band at least twice now. At least she's going for it. She's not afraid.
And that was a little longer than looked for Alexis. That was a little outside of circle 1, and she bangs that in.
Good putt there.
Hailey, 25 feet. Good putt. Ohn to clean up her par. Nicely done. Not a lot of birdies on the day. Only one. Shout out to Nicole Bradley, who took it with a 49-footer. Hit the putt from circle 2. Shout out for carding that birdie. Very impressive. We are off to hole 9. 393 feet. It's in the deep position here. Played as the 6th most difficult hole on the day.
Yeah, this one is, this one also has a few kind of lines you can take, but again, you kind of, the hole goes straight at it, and you just want to have that speed control.
So again, I guess it's 393 feet, but maybe plays closer to 360 on the power or 350.
Yeah, I would say so. That downhill. If you can get a nice glidey disc to glide down there, but you got to keep it low.
And Ohn will find herself at the top of the hill there.
Yeah, and this one, I think you do want to air more right than you think, because if it really pinches up towards the green, and as you can see, Hailey there, it's a really tough angle if you get pinched off on the left.
Again, grabby little trees there, knocking down her approach bid. Juliana has been so good with these upshots, controlling the height, which is just so critical here at Delaveaga.
Yeah, going low and using that log to kind of catch her disc.
Ohn should be in good position there. Alexis up next, skips the log.
Good shot there. And Hailey's just laying it up, taking the bogey.
Damage control there for Hailey after getting herself caught up on the left side. Starts off that first 9 with a bogey and then a bogey on hole 9. JK.
Good.
Nice
Yeah,
par.
nice controlled upshots for all of this group. This is a scary green.
For sure. Again, only one birdie on the day. Got to give the shout out Deanne Carey.
Nice.
All right, and we are off to hole 10, 14th most difficult. So right in the middle, third above par, third of a stroke that is, 348 feet.
Yep, and this one definitely plays a little shorter than 350, but you know, you want to kind of go straight and then finish left just at the end towards the basket.
You see players disking down, so you can really hit the brakes at the bottom of this hill.
That looks pretty good.
Wants it to get down there, testing that OB
Oh,
on the
wow.
left side with a pretty helpful kick
Yeah,
there. Rolling back to circle
that
one.
log is helping her out there, and she'll have a nice look from that spot.
Oh, and JK puts this on a line.
Wow.
Get
Wow.
in. Oh, no. Don't do that.
That's brutal.
Wow. From ecstasy to agony in just mere moments.
That was brutal. Well, at least you'll have a putt to save the 3.
That is the saving grace of this OB line right behind the basket, but it's got to be disappointing to get all the way to circle one basically and have a shot for par.
Absolutely. Hailey looking like she
Alexis.
made it up to circle 2. Alexis. Oh, no.
Here, and that's what we call getting
Yep.
daylight. Hailey with the straddle putt.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. You kind of need to have a really strong hyzer finish at the end for getting around a tree like that.
Tough break there for Alexis on that roll away. She'll be looking to
Oh,
clean up her bogey, and that is the par save from Juliana, who, again, I think she was hopeful as it left her hand she'd be parked,
yeah.
if not in the basket.
Good birdie there from Ohn, though. With that nice little roll down from the log.
Great 2 there for Ohn. Handful of birdies on the day. Ohn, one of them. You love to see it. All right, and we see Hailey tap out her par there. And we are off to hole 11. This one played as the 15th most difficult, right around there. Similar average, a third of a stroke over par, 215 feet. Maybe deceptively easy. Have to keep your accuracy. Some big trees guard the middle of this fairway. Again, that early gap to carry, no problem for these players. Ohn's up to just at the edge of circle one.
That's the edge that probably most players would lay up on this hole, but I bet we'll see Ohn go for it.
Ooh, Hailey
Ooh.
puts it off the post.
Wow.
Wow, that hit the bumper. Let's see that again.
That's a great shot. Honestly, a little lucky she hit that because it was coming in hot. Could have slid down the hill.
It definitely had some momentum as it checks up off of that
Yeah.
koozie. Hailey King, I think she was just ready for a birdie. Mm-hmm. She didn't want to mess around with any putting here.
Yeah, and this one, it feels really good to get the birdie on this one. It kind of feels like you should get it, so.
Just, again, Alexis, a very similar line to Hailey, but just a little more right, so she'll have some of that obscured foliage and trees to deal with. Juliana finds herself in a similar position on the right side. Ohn just off the cage. Oh,
It's a good bid.
what a
Yeah, she
would've been
actually
a nice
has
circle 2 hit.
that backstop there, so not even a question about whether she's going for it.
Alexis can't quite get her 2 to go.
That tells you a lot about how good Juliana and Hailey's shots are when Alexis is tapping in her par first.
Exactly. Just able to grab the hillside, stay up for Juliana. Nice drive, nice conversion for the 2. We're still waiting to get to Hailey's putt. Again, there's that backstop tree. Mm-hmm. And you No hesitation from Ohn. That other tree had to be in her sight line. She just whips it in.
Yep. That's a great birdie from Hailey and from Juliana there.
Great play from our card. 2 birdies. Nice job, ladies. And we are off to hole 12. 7th most difficult. Slight dog leg right.
Yeah, this is a tough one. It's another tight one, nice and tight. And if you go down to the right, you can kick and never find your disc. So.
Ooh, and it carries all the way to circle 1. What a great line.
That's a great shot and a great line.
Wow, she sent that every bit of 320. She's pin high. Juliana leans into her shot. Pushes a little right, but again, she's up to circle 1. Great drive so far.
Yeah. Ohn taking the forehand line.
And she hyders a little early.
Yeah, pretty common spot to be kind of behind that small down log that Ohn is behind.
And that pushes a little straight for Alexis. Kisses off that tree. Luckily, still continued a little forward momentum.
Ooh, Ohn giving it a really good bid.
Alexis off to the left side. And she parks her up shot. All right, big 2 here for Juliana. Trying to get her round going, and it's in there.
There it is.
Great 2.
Yeah, 2 birdies in a row. That's got to feel good, especially after a couple bogeys to start it off.
Yeah, she was +5 over her first 10, and that is back-to-back birdies for Juliana as she starts to heat up here in Santa Cruz. Hailey, you see, was actually long.
Yeah, that's a great drive on this hole.
Comeback putt. And it's in there. Heart of the chains. Great 2s there again. And the other players have easy pars.
That takes Hailey back to even through half of our holes, and that's got to feel good.
Yeah, mentally keeps her right in the thick of things. She's back to 0. Now she can just work on scoring the rest of the day. And that is our front 12, Ella. Thanks so much for joining me as we take a look at our scores. Hailey King, as you mentioned, even so far after 12. Ohn at even. Alexis Mandujano, they're at +1. But Juliana's at +3.
A bit of an up and down round for her, but bringing those last 2 birdies are doing well for Hailey and Juliana.
Definitely a lot of golf left. What's the player's mentality here? 12 holes left. A bit of a different layout than typical.
Yeah, this is a grind of a course, that's for sure. So, I didn't even realize that this was the halfway point, but it's kind of, you're approaching some of the longer holes and some of the par 4s, and feels like there's some more scoring opportunities on the back 12 than there are in the front 12. So getting through it at even or only plus a couple feels good for sure.
Definitely a tough track out here at Delaveaga. Thanks everyone for viewing the front 12. Come back and join us for the back 12 here at Santa Cruz Masters Cup 2021 from Delaveaga Disc Golf. You're watching OTB TV.
I know that this is a lot of ladies' first tournaments.
So many new female players.
Bigger women's divisions, more women's divisions. We're all coming out here to do it together, and that's what's pretty cool. The sport's just growing, and it's exciting to see.